What's good, y'all? This is your boy West B502, 1/5 of the Live Movement Forever stream team, and I got this video here. I just want to talk about my observations with NBA Live Mobile. Maybe it's giving us a sneak peek, I should say, as to what we should expect into the game. But let me give you guys some insight on mobile and how EA feels about it. Look at these numbers. Andrew Wilson, with Games Beat last year, interview said there's been 700 million downloads from 15 to 16 that year. Also, 160 to 170 million active users monthly. Okay, and then to see the rise from 200 million to 2 billion players. They think mobile in large part due to that, because with mobile you're able to access more people. You know what I'm saying? More people have phones, tablets, and whatnot. You can access those types of apps like NBA Live Mobile from anywhere. But if that doesn't get you in on mobile, let me give you an example. Let's look at UFC, which was released on June 17th in the year 2014. That game just had career mode and online play, didn't really have Ultimate Team, so it fizzled out. The game fizzled out pretty quick. So in April of 2015, they introduced UFC Mobile, and now with UFC Mobile, they kind of gave you a look as to how Ultimate Team was going to be in UFC 2, because if you remember, they introduced UFC 2 and they announced Ultimate Team, and people were like, how are they going to do it? Well, with UFC Mobile, they were able to introduce Ultimate Team and the way they were going to do it to their fan base. Now, the only difference is you don't get creative fighters. You got to use real fighters, but the same principles apply. You fight, earn coins, buy packs, and use those packs to get new moves to upgrade your fighter. And then come March 2016, they release UFC 2, and in UFC 2, along with improved gameplay, they also have Ultimate Team, which you can see right here from this screenshot, which I grabbed from the EA website. This creative fighter, along with 3 cards displaying that you can apply these moves to that fighter. Now let's go down a little bit. I know people are like, well, what's that got to do with live? But let's look at Live Mobile, how it can help the console. Now, from my observations, they're going to have the one, it's going to have live events. So I expect a map like this with the live events scattered across, letting you pick and choose where you want to go. But first, let's go to head real quick. Let's look at these divisions. I'm going to keep this up on the screen for a little minute. Let's look at these divisions. Now, I think these divisions should be implemented into regular head-to-head as well as Ultimate Team head-to-head. But let's stick with Ultimate Team right quick, because that's what essentially NBA Live Mobile is. These divisions give you reason to play. Now, like, the higher up you get, the better the reward. So the higher I get, the more fans and coins I get per game. That keeps me playing. Whereas in Live 16, you really, you're just playing to get your record to be better. Whereas with this being in mobile, I expect them to implement this in the console game, and then, up the reward system, give us more incentives to play online as opposed to just padding our record. All right, let's move on to the next thing. We got sets in mobile. We didn't have this in NBA Live 16. We didn't have sets, so old cars you had that didn't sell, they're just taking up space. Quick selling them, yeah, you can quick sell them and get rid of them, but you don't get nothing for that. Again, expanding. So from observing NBA Live Mobile, you can tell that, they're trying to give you more. And when it comes to NBA Live, I'd rather be overwhelmed with content and things to do as opposed to being underwhelmed. Now, like I said, I'm observing, so I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but I can pretty much guess that this stuff is going to be in Ultimate Team next year. Because if you don't put this stuff in Ultimate Team, you're leaving money on the table. having this stuff on the game, it you know it, people will be wanting to spend their money for those who spend big money on these types of modes. And people will be willing to play it. They'll be willing to grind it out. And I think people, even people from mobile, if they see this type of stuff in the console, they're like, oh, console gets this fire content just like mobile did. So we can do the same thing on console. We can grind it out on console. I can spend my money on console and get the same great content. And that goes into promos as well. NBA Live Mobile had a litany of promos. I think all those promos would be, whatever's on mobile will be on console as well. But let's go back to the live events in the one. I think with the Summer Courts promo or program, you're getting a sneak peek as to what to expect in terms of how you're going to be able to grind in the one this year. Now, they said it's going to be a short experience, but as far as what kind of live events we're going to be playing in the one, from observing this, they have the same exact courts in mobile as what they're going to have in the console game. The console's going to have way more courts, but Brooklyn Park, Seattle Pacific, we all play on those courts in Live 16. Okay, so from observing mobile and how they did things this year and how they're doing it with this particular program, I can see them implementing games of 7. You go to Seattle Pacific with your squad or whatever, play against another squad, and they'll have objectives the same way they have in mobile, weekly objectives. Complete this objective to earn 500 SP, and stuff like that. Give people ways to grind it out. That's what people want. So I think we can expect that. Just like I said, I'm just looking at stuff. I'm just looking, trying to put 2 and 2 together. Because I look at mobile, I think mobile is the testing ground for EA. That's where they test out new features, potential new features that'll come in their future console releases. Now, right here, I have the 3-point shootout from All-Star Weekend. I know people might be like, wow, well, why are you showing this? Well, this was a live event this year. And like I said, I'm just observing, just trying to put 2 and 2 together. I'm not guaranteeing nothing. But I can very much see them implementing the 3-point shootout as a live event for the one this year. I don't know when they'll bring it. Maybe they'll bring it around the same time they brought it in mobile, which is at All-Star Weekend. But I can see them easily, making a live event where you go play the 3-point shootout at Venice Beach or something. And they give you a reward or whatever, a loot crate. I think it's what they call it. Your little some shoes or some gear, some extra SP or RP. So, like I said, with the way EA uses their mobile apps, as I kind of look at it as like with UFC, they kind of give you a sneak peek as to what you can expect in the next game, in the console game. So maybe we can expect the 3-point shootout or the skills competition to be brought back in the game as a live event. Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing nothing. I'm just saying don't be surprised if it is. It was in mobile. They kind of showed their hand a little bit, Just give you a sneak peek. But like I said, this is just me observing what I've seen in mobile and what they can potentially add from mobile to the console. All right, this is your boy Westby502 with the Live Movie Forever Stream team signing out. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Giveaways be going down soon, guys. Make sure you hit that follow button and subscribe to us. Peace.